ladies, it's Heather, and this is a separate video from Veda. I know that's how I originally started vlogging, but I thought it was really important to maybe just share a little bit more about myself, just because I know when I was looking for information on IUI and HSG, hearing your stories and what you had went through and what you are going through, and even your success stories about finally having babies, really inspired me and really helped me not feel so alone in the situation. So I'm just going to give a little background, more detailed about what I've been through and kind of what I'm going through right now. And let me start by just kind of reiterating what I said in video 1. I've been married for almost 5 years to my husband, and we got married in Las Vegas. That was awesome. We've been friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, friends, boyfriend, girl. You know how that goes. I've known him for 14 years, just about. So I've known him a really long time. And right before we got married, about 7 months before we got married, we experienced a pregnancy loss that pretty much devastated us. Not right then in that moment, but for the months to come it really did. And right now, since we are trying to have a baby, it's been hard to deal with that. And a lot of people don't understand infertility because they're not going through it, and it's hard to talk about with people that don't, I don't want to say don't get it, but don't know what it's like. You know, I only have one good girlfriend that had fertility issues, and she was very open with me, and I did appreciate that. She's got 2 little boys now, so I'm really happy for her, and I hope I can follow in her footsteps. She's been amazing to talk to, and that's about it. Nobody in my family has really experienced it. None of my other friends have really experienced it. I should say they haven't experienced it. That's not know really about it. And it's just hard to talk about. It's a lonely place to be a lot of times. And even though you have a great partner with you, your husband or your boyfriend, it's still lonely. And you feel like, why isn't this happening for us? And it's hard to talk about with your family because they want to know a lot. And after a while, especially as long as we've been going through it, it gets harder and harder to talk about all the time. And not that I don't want to include my family members, but it's hard to go back to them and say, this didn't work, or that didn't work, or I had this test, you don't really understand what it is, but blah, 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 blah. And they do want to be really supportive, but what they don't understand is it's not something you want to talk about all the time. And when something doesn't work, like, I don't know, whatever, medications, IUI, IVF, you know, natural try, all that, when it doesn't work for you, they don't understand how devastating, how painful, and how raw those emotions are. I mean, if you haven't been through it, it's very, very hard to understand. And I get that. I really do. And I know a lot of people in my life care about me and they love me. And I don't mind, but I really try to stay away from the whole fertility thing because it's very emotional for me to talk about. And, you know, I'm pretty new to being more aggressive about our fertility treatments. We just had our first IUI last week. And who knows if it's going to work. Who knows how far I'm going to have to go, or we're going to have to go. And the thought of that is so scary. It's very scary, and very lonely, and very sad. Because you just feel like, why isn't this happening? And, you know, it's hard to tell people. you don't want to go back to your family and friends and say, this wasn't our month, guys. Because you're going to get well, maybe next month, or blah, 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 blah. I don't want to say that all the time. And it just got to the point where I kind of just shut off the whole fertility talk because I don't want to talk about it. And it's really hard now because my husband's parents really want us to have a child, and his dad, such a sweet man. He's very sweet, but he keeps asking when we're going to have a baby, and if I'm pregnant, and when are we going to have a baby. And it's hard to get asked that a lot, and it's hard to keep your composure when people constantly are asking, when are you going to have kids, or why don't you guys have kids, or this is what you should do to have kids. It's none of your business to give me that information. Don't you think that if it were easy as leaning against a wall for 5 minutes that I wouldn't do it? I mean, I know their intentions are good, but at the same time, I don't want to talk about it with you. You don't understand. And maybe nobody else feels this way, but I'm pretty sure you do, because I've been through this with my girlfriend. She went through it. I'm going through it, and just watching your videos, I know that's how a lot of you ladies feel. And I don't want to say it's comforting to know that you're not alone, because I don't want other people to hurt. I don't want anyone to have to experience this. It's sad. It's very, very sad. And so anyways, yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's hard to keep secrets from your family about, what kind of fertility treatments you're doing, or how far along in the cycle you are. But they don't understand that it's just not something you want to talk about. It's personal, it's emotional, it's raw, it's hard. And I just wish that people that have never experienced it, or maybe just don't understand it, wouldn't try to say some of the comforting stuff they say. What's comforting to them is not comforting to me. I don't want to hear, well, maybe it'll all work out if you do this. Maybe it'll all work out if you do that. Yes, I'm hopeful too, but I don't need you to tell me how I should be feeling about it. And I don't need you to pity me, because I'm going through it, and I don't need you to make me feel worse about it. And I sure as hell don't need you making me feel bad about not having a baby with my husband. I don't need that. And I don't need your advice on how I should be having a baby. Okay? Because you don't get it. So anyways, that sounds very angry, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. My husband and I have been trying to have a baby on and off for about 3 years, maybe closer to 4, and we finally just bit the bullet and got more aggressive with our treatments, knowing that the drug route or the natural route is just not working for us. We got to try something hard, and our doctor, our RE, he's very awesome. So I'm really, really hopeful about that. So we'll see what happens, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. And sorry for sounding angry, but it's hard to tell people how you truly feel about that, because they just don't know. And with that, I will talk to you ladies soon. Bye.